We hear a lot about investor activism here in the United States, what with Carl Icahn and Dan Loeb and other assorted characters shaking up corporate boards. But there's a similar yet quieter sort of agitation going on in Chile and other emerging markets. And Chris Swan, you've written a piece about this. Tell us what's going on.
Well, as you say, activist investing is a very macho activity in the United States. It's all about ousting boards, humiliating chief executives, and generally asserting yourself. Kartika, a relatively new fund that focuses on emerging markets, is trying a different tact in emerging markets. Part of the reason it doesn't work in quite the same way is you have much lower free float, so fewer shares available to the public.
A lot of family ownership, a lot of big chunks of people related to the company owning the company. So given that, Richard, what leverage does an activist have?
So there's a few things you don't have, right? So as Chris says, you don't have so many public sort of objective shareholders that you can get on side, right? So instead you have families and governments involved quite a lot. You also may not have legal systems that help you so much. They may not give, the shareholding systems may give minorities fewer rights and so on. The courts may not be so helpful. And the press may not be so helpful either. But what you can do, I mean, quite a bit of what activists want to do is figuring out how to improve governance, how to improve strategy, and all these things. And if you have a case and you can approach the family, let's say the controlling family shareholders or something, in a way that they're receptive to, then you can make some of these improvements happen. You can bring expertise from other markets or ideas, whatever, so it can work. It's a much more subtle instrument than the blunt thing that can happen.
And Chris, how has it worked? Do we have examples here of where things have been shaken up at least a little bit?
Yeah, they're invested, Kartika that is, in about 7 or 8 different countries. And so far their returns have actually been pretty good. And the flip side of not having large public shareholding is you have a couple of shareholders who care very, very deeply.
Really get stuff
so if you can convince them that a small governance change, increased transparency, a new board.
And what do we have? We have something that happened in the Philippines with the port company. That was somewhat of a success.
Well, ICT is a Philippine port company, as you mentioned. They got a 5-fold return on that. And the kind of thing they were doing is just persuading the company to issue more disclosure, more granularity, so that investors could understand them better, rate them more highly.
And very quickly, Richard, what kind of returns are we talking here? Is it something Carl Icahn would like, or not?
Yeah, well, I'm guessing not. I mean, we're talking for Kartika over recent years, sort of decent high single-digit returns, which is better than the market's concerned over the period, but nothing like the 20+ returns Icahn and people probably want to get if they can.
We'll leave it there. We'll be watching this development. Meantime, stay tuned for more Breaking Views tomorrow.